Hello, hello! Perfidious Pete here, back to see if there are any guns left in the valley, as I head down into the ravaged ruins of Perfidious Manor, in Darkest Dungeon. And I know that as he rode away, Shane told little Joey to run back home and tell his mother that there were no more guns in the valley. But, you know, Shane died, and now he's back. There have been no guns in this valley for some time, but now that he's back, they're here. The guns. And now I think maybe it's time that Shane got a much-deserved sequel. Or, if you will, a gritty reboot. Because who wouldn't want to see Shane 2 back from the sunset? On his horse, riding back into town. To finish the line he started at the end of Shane, where he was like, Joey, you tell your mother there are no more guns in the valley. And then, except this time he gets to finish the sentence instead of dying, he finishes and he said, except for those sweet muffins she's hiding in that sweater of hers, you go home and tell your mama that her guns are the best in the valley, and old Shane's riding home to start firing them up. Hot-looking Marion Stewart, I tell you what, you know Shane before he rode out of that valley. Marion had the best guns in the valley, and there's nothing Shane wanted to do more than fire back with his guns and give Marion Starrett a few shots of his baby gravy. Yeah, he would have made a cuck out of Joe. He'd have cucked him faster than he drew down on Jack Palance, because that's the kind of bro Shane was. And you know Marion was into Shane stylings. It was everything she could do just to resist taking those shots from his baby gravy. She was like, well, I mean, if I wasn't married, he's like, oh, I'll cuck you, baby. And she's like, these guns are mine and that gun of yours, Shane, I gotta say, it's gonna be a deadly dance. It's gonna be like when Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie did that like spinning around to kill everybody in the department store scene in Mr. and Mrs. Smith, except way hotter, baby, way hotter. Speaking of hotness, things are gonna get hopefully not too hot for us down in the dungeon. We are gonna take an unusual team though. I've got a bit of a weird paradigm that I want to try. And then we need one person to go in with this that can bring us the EXP bonus, and I think that's going to be Padme. This feels like a respectable team. We do have to do some shuffling around here of our order, though. Are you going to put Bradshaw in front, Pete? Yeah, we've had some good luck with Bradshaw. We really want him on stress relief and boast, but we can get the finale solo combo to lead every fight with what's basically going to be an insta-gib. I like that plan. I'm excited to be a part of it. I think we should probably do it. So, in order to facilitate insta-gibbing, it's just going to be... I mean, I hate the fact that the Brawler's Gloves give us a critical penalty. I also hate the fact that they give us a speed penalty. But we can offset both of those if we find the appropriate trinket. I'm just trying to remember where it is. It's like a feather charm, right? No, that's not it. That's dodge and speed. That's not what we want at all. Did the Horrid Shrieker make off with the trinket I wanted? The quick draw charm is what I'm looking for. That son of a bitchin' bird stole it. God damn it. The bird stole my trinket that makes this work. Well, do we want to even... You know what? I kind of don't want to go with that then. If we just want plus damage for our Jester, there are other ways we could get it. We could just give him Dismas's head. That's 25% damage. It does give us a huge stress penalty. You know what? Yeah, it's fine. Let's just do that. And then let's... I don't even really know what else to give our Jester. Maybe something that's like plus dodge. We could also give him an Ancestors map, although this dungeon isn't really going to be long and we're not going to have a chance to camp. Could go for a Book of Sanity, or I'll just the Ancestor's Coat and hope for a shitload of dodges. Jester dodge is pretty good base. Or we could get insane. You know what? I'm just going to go, yeah, let's just go straight up crazy. We've got stress relief in the party. He can grind down his own stress if he starts taking abundant levels of it. I also just kind of want to give it a try. Do we have a Berserk Mask for our leper? I thought we picked up a Berserk Mask at some point. I guess that got stolen too? Alright, well, ideally our leper is going to be in position 1, although this party does have some potential for shuffling. What else could we do for you? You know, bonus damage, bonus accuracy if our torchlight is high. Yes, I'm aware we're going to take some additional stress for that too, but it's not the end of the world. Manslayer's Ring would not be terrible here either. We're going to be fighting mostly unholy. And humans, though. Is that how we want to... What if we did... What if we just did the Ancestor's Pen And a Beast Slayer's ring. Because we don't really care about dodge on our leper. He's not going to be dodging anyway. And then we start pumping up our boy here. I'm thinking maybe dodgy sheath. Do we not have a dodgy sheath? God damn, the Horde Shrieker has stolen all of our shit. Now, don't unequip them all, though. Just like, sort, not by name, but sort by rarity, please. Did all of those things actually get... Yeah, I guess they did. Son of a bitch, that stupid Horde Shrieker's stealing all of my good stuff. I really need that dodgy sheath, though. I want the bonus to bleed skills. We could give ourselves a bleed stone, which would be completely useless. I'd rather just give ourselves plus damage then. We could go with the feather crystal for more dodge and a sun ring that would give us bonus accuracy and dodge. I mean, our torchlight is going to be high enough. Genia's head. Is any of the rest of this stuff worthwhile? I mean, if we just want dodge, we could just take... Yeah, you know what? Screw the speed. Just give me the straight up dodge. Give me the Ancestor's Coat. And let's pile that on top of a sun ring. Seems respectable. And nothing fancy we're going to need here. Sacred Scroll. Oh, by the way, the Sacred Scroll did get some nerfs in between DLC here. You'll notice that it now has a huge damage penalty as well as lowering your stun skill chance that goes with that. We don't really care. And the Tome of Holy Healing looks like they up the HP penalty on that because it's now minus 20%, which is pretty significant. I mean, it's 8. But when you only have 44, 8's pretty significant. We need our Vestals to heal, though, not do damage. So, this is acceptable. Yeah, these will do. Let's, I'm comfortable with this. It's a short mission, man. We should be able to get through a short champion dungeon without too much difficulty. We don't want to go crazy on the provisions, but we do want to bring enough. 12 food. That's probably plenty. Let's grab 2 shovels, 1 anti-venom, 1 bandage, 1 medicinal herb. You know what? We don't really need the key. 2 holy waters. Bring 12 torches, and I'm going to bring another laudanum, even though I don't know what it does yet. I want to see if at any point we get an opportunity to use this, because I'm curious what the hell it does. We could have possibly brought some more medicinal herbs to cure our Jester from the debuff he's going to give himself when he opens up with a crippling finale. Probably won't be necessary. Hopefully that plus 50% damage finale will be enough to just straight up kill any one thing. I really want to know what the laudanum does, other than get us higher than a freaking kite and twice as happy. Let's do this. Okay, don't touch books. This is Darkest Dungeon. We know what happens to people who read. People who read always come to a bad end. Nice dodge there from Padme. Alright, so far so good. It is important that we make sure our light level stays above 75 whenever possible. We've got some trinkets and whatnot that key off of that, so we're going to want to try and make it happen as often as possible. We can skip one room here. Question then becomes, do we want to make that this room? I think the answer is no. Let's go ahead and fight it this way, and we can come in this pattern. We're basically locking ourselves into skipping that room if we do so. But, I mean, one room is basically as good as another. Sure, we're purposely taking a fight, which maybe is a little suboptimal. I think we have, I was going to say, we could go medicinal herbs or torch here, but we have like 8 trillion medicinal herbs, so... And we probably really have too many torches, too. Alright, let's see whether our gambit pays dividends here. We are getting bonus EXP for everybody, by the way, as well. Duelist Advance moves us forward 1. You know what? If we could get a kill on that, that'd be huge. We did not. Alright. Little tempting goblet. Jack Dawson's going to take a little bit of stress. 14, no big deal. He can cure that himself. Hey, Jester, though. How about that speed roll, dog? Now, I guess their whole team just gets to beat us then. All right. Well, we're already riposting, so it's really sort of okay. The big crit from Padme. She says no more stress, thank you. All right, that hurt. You want to finale this dude, though? Wow, a 35-point finale, and it didn't even score a kill. I got to admit, I'm a little disappointed by that. Our Jester is also very badly hurt now. He's almost dead. We are already riposting, so none of these guys is really going to be bleedable. Let's go ahead and slice you. Just because I don't think this guy with the axe blade can hit the back rank. And we really need to get a heal off on our Jester. Battle Ballad for speed and crit, or you know what? Let's just go for stress relief. That's what we brought the Jester for. Let's bring him and have him actually do his freaking job for a change. Pumping our boy back up for 13. You do not have a lot of health, though, huh? Okay, that riposte has still yet to pay dividends, and we're stunned now. Stun, first thing to wear off. Jester, you know, yeah. Just keep grinding down the stress. We could go for the Battle Ballad, more speed, more crit. I don't really think it's going to be necessary long term, though. Dead weight, sweet dodge from Shane. Nicely done. We could have gone for another directed heal, but really I'd rather kill that man than have him risk taking another shot at Nick Bradshaw. And what we can do here is just go ahead and withstand, give ourselves a little stress relief, a little extra defense, and hey, that attack marks now? Since when? That's new. Alright, so that attack got better. If it marks us, it's going to encourage enemies to swing at us after we have those protective buffs. Stress relief? May as well. We can get Padme's completely gone. And we could self-heal, but nah, let's just try and go for the kill. That didn't really work all that well. Give me a little AoE heal. Spread the love like Marion Starrett. Pete, are you calling Marion Starrett a whore? Well, I mean, no. She wanted to make a sweet cuck action with her, you know, she wanted to cuck the shit out of her husband with Shane, but honestly, Shane wasn't having it. He's just like, nah, man, I can't do that to Joey's dad. That's just not cool. He'll hate me forever. We do have a key here, right? We do. You know what? Oh, we didn't bring a key. Well, just open it then. Of course it's strapped. Why wouldn't it be? You should have known better, like a Richard Marx song. You are a jester. Should have known. Oh, God damn it. I was trying to avoid a hallway battle and go around, but if the game's not going to let me avoid a hallway battle, you know what? Fine, fuck it. I'll just go this way then. There's no reason to recover ground I've already covered if you're going to still make me take the fight. Oh, and it's a shitty one. Although we did get surprised, so our Jester will get an opportunity to get off here. Much like Shane was always looking for a little opportunity to get off with the Widow Starrett. She wasn't a widow, but damn it, Shane, she could have been. All you had to do was nothing, and you could have made that happen. We're going to try and trach this insatiable ghoul down before he gets a chance to do us much harm. You know, this party composition, it's a little unusual, but also... Don't critical. Alright, good. It's a little unusual, but I think it's also surprisingly effective. We're not going to get anything out of Bradshaw. Yeah, great balls of fire. We don't really care. Comes a sculpt. Yeah, that's what we were worried about, though. We take massive damage from that. Also got stunned, which means no chance to heal. Here comes the stumbling scratch. He's going to come forward, which is good. Puts him back in. Now we get a double up on these chump stains. Dodged again, huh, Dawson? Fucking fantastic work there, bro. You've took 2 swings and missed them both. That's, yep, solid. Okay, we are riposting. You know, I want some accuracy here for our boy, because he can't fucking hit a goddamn thing. Right for the old gods. Shane with the dodge and kill. It's the perfect maneuver. Can you just hit this man? Alright, hit him for 10 damage. It's not great, but it's something. We kind of need to do directed heals, but we also need AoE heals because everybody is a little bit injured. We're going to howl and get all of that taken away. Okay, what is horror? Because that's new. 3 stress per round for 2 rounds. Alright, I don't necessarily like that. Is there anything we can... Wait a minute, is that what laudanum does? That is what laudanum does. It gets rid of the horror, right? Like, okay. So that's exactly what it does. It gets rid of horror. Alright. Well, it took us a little bit, but we got it figured out here. Honestly, I'm not really that worried about the stress. Just, we can fix that. It'll be fine. We got our boy back there who's grinding away oodles of stress every turn. Although if horror stacks, that's actually terrifically terrible. Don't critical. In fact, yes, get dodged. That's beautiful. So you're dead then. Slavering ghouls just got way, way more dangerous. And in fact, laudanum, if there are going to be more monsters that have that, it almost seems sort of like a necessity. I mean, that's a lot of stress we're taking here. Should we shovel this? I think, yeah, it'll be fine. Well worth it. Smashing the cabinet there, paying fantastic dividends in the loot department. We are going to have to go this way. We know there's no fights here because we did get the scouting. Yes, we are going to have to go through a barricade. Oh, don't. No, we have holy water, though. Oh, okay. Hidden treasures is fine. A shitload of hidden treasure, in fact. Not the journals of Darius Rucker, though, so we're just going to not care about whatever those are. There goes our last shovel. Bump our light level back up to 100, and I think we're probably just going to swing up and around. If we can get lucky and get no room battle here, we could be very close to end of dungeon with, like, minimal encounters in combat. And the gold, though. We're looting this place 6 ways from Sunday. That trap is no... Ooh. Yeah, that's no fun at all. We are not bleeding. I think food is the right choice here. Let's also bump our torchlight again. These longer hallways really do necessitate the inclusion of just more torches. You gotta have more torches in the old dungeon than you used to back in the day because the hallways are longer. Takes more time now. Okay, room battle here. But we only have one more hallway battle to a dungeon complete. Iron Maiden. No, don't. It was full of goodies? Well, that's the least likely thing to have happened. But we had medicinal herbs, by the way. I'm not really that interested in Cress at the moment. Hunger prompt, that's fine. A little bit of heal for everybody. Everybody gets 1 food pip worth of healing. We're going to take a little bit of stress here for the dim light. Our goal is to have our boy here, like, stress-free at the end of the dungeon, though. So we're going to have to spend some non-zero amount of time in this next fight trying to do some stress relief with Bradshaw. Everybody else's stress is irrelevant. But Shane has got to be rocking the goose egg. We need him at a 0. In fact, I'm going to burn my last torch just to make sure we're at 100% coming in. Oh, good. Well, having him at a 0 is going to be difficult. Also, we forgot to put our party back in order, which really sucks. A 41-point critical to start the fight, though, is an effective way to make that go. Yeah, we did not get a riposte off of that, and we are bleeding. What debuff did we have? Oh, good. Bonus stress. That's bad. Let's do a battle ballad first. Since we don't even have 1 full stress heal worth of stress yet, let's concentrate on... You know what? Let's concentrate on doing damage here. I did that more for the self-heal than the actual damage. The damage is just, you know, a nice ancillary benefit. More speed, more crit. We are unlikely to be able to kill this guy in 1 round. And now we're riposting. That bleed is pretty significant. Especially with Jack Dawson getting dodged like a lunatic. Man, could you, Jack Dawson? Do something, you chump. Tossing a skull at Padme. Well, it's a truckload of damage and more stress than we'd like. Also, they just stunned our healer, which is bad. Alright, let's open a vein here. Critical vein opening. 4 damage per round for 5 rounds. That's pretty palpable bleed right there. We got to go for the stress. This could, theoretically, if we get lucky with a critical, be our last round. We'd be walking out of the dungeon with 1 stress. We almost made it home. That was 1. Alright. Don't critical. Excellent. We got to bleed. We walked out with 0 stress. Really couldn't have asked for that to have gone much better. Let's bandage that up. Throw those bandages on the floor. Probably not going to need that anti-venom either. And we're definitely not going to need this torch. It'll let us walk out with a buttload of gold, a few heirlooms to boot. This has been a pretty profitable little dungeon for us. And more importantly, this should be a dungeon. Well, we're not going to need the here. Use that, get rid of that debuff. Then throw it on the ground and take the gold and leave the journals of Darius Rucker behind. I've got him memorized. I've read so much Darius Rucker at this point. I mean, I know my shit. I've got the bro memorized. Quest complete. And since we had Padme on the journey, that should be enough to level Shane. He should be able to go into the final dungeon for us now. Fully ready and capable of killing. We also got Heaven's Hairpin. Wait, Heaven's Hairpin? Oh, no wonder it's a highlight thing. I thought it was Hell's Hairpin. I guess Hell's Hairpin must be the other one. It's the elite one, and it probably works the other way. It's like in low light or something. 16,000 gold. It's nothing to sneeze at. And oh, look at this new Legends of Borning. 8 Resolve EXP for our boy Bradshaw, which puts him at max rank. Dawson picking up max rank as well. Bradshaw became anemic. Dawson is soft, but also thick-blooded. Shane got nothing except for the resolve he needs to let us have a run at the Darkest Dungeon, and that's exactly what we're going to do next time. We're taking a run on Layer 2 of the Darkest Dungeon. It's going to be a little bit of an unconventional team, but I think they've got the soup to get the job done. It's going to be Maud Flanders, Hoban Washburn, Caitlin Stark, and our boy Shane going down to do some work in the Darkest Dungeon. If you enjoyed this episode, I'd drop a like down in the comment section. Support really does mean a lot. Also, Crawley, I want to leave you with the lethargy because I actually like you swinging first. I want to make sure that my backup team here is also ready to go. Our backup team consists of Russell Franklin, Brody, Everdeen, and Crawley. These guys we want to have go fight the Horde Shrieker, if for no other reason, and I want to get my damn trinkets back. Should also check the stagecoach. Do I want a level 2 Plague Doctor? I kind of don't. I kind of want only level 3s. Speaking of which, what do we need to get to? 25 deeds, really. It's more than I would have expected. Anything else that we can upgrade? It's been a while since I've even, like, considered or looked at upgrades. We should probably try and get 24 deeds so we could upgrade the furnace and make our upgrades less expensive. I think the guild is full bore. What about the sanitarium up here? Can we do anything over here? Well, we could upgrade the penance hall or the transept. You know what? Sure. Bump the transept a little bit. And then we've got some portraits, which means we can also come upgrade the tavern, right? Yeah. Let's get a few tavern upgrades in here. We actually have a lot of portraits. There we go. I mean, it's not fantastic, but we're sprucing the place up a little bit. We can at least get some of the rats out of the wine barrels. Sure, they say that the rat is actually the secret to the flavor, but honestly, if bubonic plague is your secret ingredient, you really need to reconsider your recipe. If you want to see whether or not we can get to plague, I consider subscribing as well. Post new episodes of Darkest Dungeon every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Right now, I'm done. I'm babbling. I'm going to go get a plague brow down at the local pub. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you again soon. Plague Brow, the IPA. The best beer to ever kill most of the population of Europe. Suck yours down like a rat today.